There was a song called Mental as Anything, an Australian band. Oh, not an international band or anything, but very popular in Australia. And then they sang a song called Too Many Times. Too many times, too many times. And the first part of the song goes, too many times I've seen the sun come up, 2 bloodshot eyes this week. And then it goes on from there. So it's all about dysfunction. And what TV has tried to do is make dysfunction normal. They've tried to normalize dysfunctional behavior. And it's done a pretty good job of it. When we're watching a series at the moment, and it's about SAS, elite soldiers. And every time they do something and go back to the base or whatever, they're on the grog. And to me, that just doesn't make sense. I'm an athlete, well, I'm not a competing athlete, but I'm an athlete. We're out on the water now doing stand-up paddleboard practice, exercise. And I just don't want anything to do with anything that's going to upset my mind, the momentum of my mind, because it'll disrupt my mindset towards my training performance. You get wasted. So what these shows are doing is subconsciously sending a message that don't worry about your elitism, get wasted. Celebrate your elitism by getting wasted, and it doesn't make sense, does it? Because it's not true. We know for a fact that drugs and alcohol undermine elitism. They undermine who you are, what you do, how you're going to do it, and all the rest of it. That's what they do. And that'll never change. Each person thinks they're invincible to it, and they give so much value to their habits and addictions, and they justify it out of what life has done to them or is doing to them. It's actually a monotony. When you really weigh it up, it all becomes a monotony. So what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter what a person looks like on the surface or what their career is, how much money they make, etc., what their possessions are or what their assets are. It's what are they doing to themselves to undermine their character, their elitism, because your character is what matters. Because it's going to be the understructure of almost everything else that you do. So if you're undermining your character by getting wasted and having to recover from that wastage, then that's on you. That's the choice that you've made. You'll reap the consequences of that choice, the results of that choice. And you really, at the end of the day, have nobody else to blame except yourself. Now, with that said, what you need to realise if you're waking up to this and how you've been programmed by the Matrix to undermine your elitism, your character, by thinking that alcohol and drugs are the answer to celebrating things that you've accomplished, once you've realised that this isn't true, that that's just not true, that it's not real, that it's not reality, as a matter of fact, by doing those things you're abusing yourself and harming yourself. Once you've woken up to that, you can begin to say to yourself, no, I'm not doing that, that's not for me. I don't want the consequences of being involved in these behaviours and all the side effects and negativities that come with it. I don't want that. I don't want to be involved in that. And you can begin to take steps to improving your lifestyle and habits. Let some things drop off. You working today, Captain, are you?
I am.
You going out on the boat?
No. I work here in Sydney during Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
On that?
No.
On another job?
Yeah, another marina. Down at Bottom Head. Called Empire Marina.
Oh, yeah, I know the one.
Yeah.
Have a good day, Captain. Good on ya.
Checks in the morning and
Oh, yeah. Oi.
things you got to do.
Good on you, Captain. That's it. That's the captain of the salvage vessel that picks up the sunken boats. But anyway, with that said, you can begin to micro-incrementally wake up to yourself. You've heard the saying, wake up to yourself. My mother used to say to me, oh, why don't you just wake up to yourself? And she said it for years and years. Why don't you just wake up to yourself? And eventually I did. She was a good parent. She, as kind as she was, she made sure that we understood wisdom and what was best for us and what was not. She's gone now. 67, smoked herself to death. Oh well. And you can learn from other people's evil as well, other people's sin, and say to yourself, oh no, I know where that's going to end up, and I'm not going down that road, and I'm not walking with you down that road. Okay, you'll watch people just self-destruct day in, day out without conscience. That's my habit. I will keep it. And you watch them day in, day out, destroying themselves with determination against themselves. Yeah, it's quite bizarre, really. The lengths that they'll go to hang on to destructive habits. Now, bad company corrupts good character, the Bible says. A more salient way of saying it is, bad company wastes good character. It's a waste. And bad company is concrete. It's people that are just determined they're not going to change. They are happy with their sin. They want to do it. What you're seeing is real, by the way. It's real. These people will continue in the bad behavior right up until they die. They're not going to stop. They are not going to stop. It's as simple as that. They're just not going to stop. So it's real. What you're seeing is real. It's not a rehearsal or something that's going to change. And just let me say, I've seen these people sitting outside hospitals with drips in, limbs missing, all the rest of it from their habits, and sit outside in certain areas smoking in wheelchairs with drips and other medical things in their bodies, still performing their sins. Still. So some people just can't find their way out. They're doomed. They've got the curse. They've never been able to escape it. They didn't want to escape it. And I've seen hundreds of these people die before their time, and that doesn't include people that have taken recreational drugs or pharmaceuticals and these other things that contribute to an early death as well. People will die. They'll die for their habits. Bad company corrupts good character. If you're in a situation where you're starting to be troubled by other people's habits, okay, and you're saying to yourself, I really don't want to be around these people, they're self-destructive, they're self-trashing, you need to just mention to that person, look, I've been around long enough, I don't agree with the way you're perceiving life and living out life. I don't agree with the way you're using me to make yourself feel better. I can't see a relationship forming from this. And they'll blame you for any complaints you've had. They'll say, well, it's your fault, or why didn't you fix it? It's like a smoker saying to you, why didn't you fix my smoking? Or, you know, why didn't you get along with my family member? Well, if the family member doesn't want to get along with you, that's on them. You just look after yourself. You need to go no contact. And never, ever, ever go back.